Hey my friends, Positive Vibes here. How is everyone doing? Positive Vibes. I wear the mask. Main concept, don't judge a book by its cover. Main goal, spreading the positivity any way possible. I want to welcome you to Positive Vibes Influence Podcast PIP088, episode 88. Today is February the 10th, 2020. It is a Monday, and it is 10:29 p.m. Eastern Time here in Toronto, Ontario, Markham to be exact. First off, I want to say thank you for all the love and support for Positive Vibes, all the love and support for yourself, all this love and support for one another. Keep doing your thing, my friends. Keep being you. Don't stop. Just keep moving. I wanted to say thank you for tuning in to the podcast. Of course, you can listen to this on Positive Vibes Station as well. I just want to also add thank you for all the love and support, engagement, connections on my other platforms as well. Making this one a little bit late today, but it's all good. It's all about getting the podcast out there, the recordings out there. Going to be talking a little bit about health right now. Today, I went for my monthly appointment that I go to. We go to the hospital, which I've been going since a while now. I've been going, it will be 20 years this year, at the end of this year. Roughly, I think it was September or August that I would have started. So I've been getting my treatment for that long. For the ones that don't know, pretty much to make it easier, in simple terms, I have a weak immune system. So I pick up viruses a lot quicker than others. So just recently, for example, in January, I was hospitalized with viral pneumonia, flu, and pretty much from last year, so 2019 October, until then, that was probably the fifth time that I picked up a virus, and that fifth time was the worst, right? 2019 January, I had the influenza A. I believe it was the first time ever I got that. On top of that, I had pneumonia. So just to give you a little background, right, about my immune system. So the treatment that I get at the hospital, I go once a month. They hook me up to an IV in my arm or in my hand, and they call it IVIG, right? So the treatment is supposed to boost my immune system. It doesn't cure me, but when I do get a virus or pick up something, I'm supposed to be able to fight it a lot better, right? One thing that, I want to talk about is from when I was pretty much young, from what I remember being a youth, till now. When I was young, and how I feel, everything prepares you for the future. You don't see it because we can't see the future. We don't know what's going to happen. We can only live in the now, and we remember our past. Consciously and unconsciously, right, in our subconscious, there are things that remain there. And knowingly and unknowingly, right, the things that we are doing now, we might remember, this is what I remember from my past, and this is what I can implement now, or deja vu, right? So just to get to what I'm trying to say. So when I was growing up, I was going to the doctors all the time. To be honest, it felt like maybe a visit every month. Sometimes it would be, right? Even every few weeks, if anything. Every time I remember going to the doctors, I'll always get a blood test, right? So imagine getting needle after needle after needle after needle. What I remember from then and even now when they take blood tests, it wasn't just one bottle, it wasn't two. Sometimes it would be, from what I remember now, so I remember as a kid, sometimes it would be quite a few bottles, right? 5, 6. So I remember that, right? I remember getting blood tests, all the medication, all of that, right? Visiting the doctors, nurses, right? Being young and so on, being hospitalized. One time I remember when I had pneumonia when I was about 6 years old. So now didn't really reflect on this until recently. The last couple of years, health-wise, hasn't been the greatest. And pretty much, reflecting a little bit, just popping in my head, things that just naturally just come in my head, maybe thinking about health, and then, realizing that, hey, everything that I experienced before, every visit to the doctor, every needle that they put into me, all the medication, all the, like I said, doctors, everybody I visited, everything that I remember them saying maybe at that time, my parents, everything has prepared me for what I've dealt with now for the last 20 years, right? Because if I hadn't maybe had that experience when I was young, and I had to get this type of treatment when I was pretty much started when just before I turned 18, it might have been a different experience. It might have taken longer to get used to, right? So even now, like what happens, unfortunately, going for 20 years, my veins were pretty good. I remember they used to say, like when I used to get my treatment in the beginning, it was really easy to find my veins. And now it's a little difficult, right? Because they've been used so much. So pretty much, I sit there, like today, I was there for a total of about 4 hours. Sometimes it might be a bit less, but you're looking at minimum, I would say about 2.5 hours, 2 hours maybe, but pushing, I think, at least 2.5 hours I'm there. Sometimes longer. It all depends, how busy they are and how long I have to sit there and wait from what I get to come, the speed that they want to go at, how I'm feeling, all of that, right? So today, for example, I got poked in my left arm. They missed it, couldn't get the vein, and then they did the right one. The most I remember when getting this treatment that I was poked, from my knowledge, was about 5 to 6 times, right, before they could get a vein. And what this has helped me build, before I even, got involved with Positive Vibes, is patience. In my head, the love, the respect that I have for doctors and nurses, like, because we're talking about that right now, is, like, I can't even explain it. Because I always say they apologize, whenever it happens, and I'm like, I don't know how you do it. I can't even, even though I've gotten needles poked in me, I cannot do it myself, I believe. I don't know how you do it. Just back to back to different, different patients and so on. So the patience that I built by getting this has helped me in so many different ways. Because patience, if you could build patience in one aspect of your life, one situation, it's gonna, I feel, could possibly help in other aspects of your life. And I feel like it has, right? Realizing, hey, why am I maybe patient in this scenario and not patient in another scenario? So that was something that I just wanted to share today with all of you about, patience, I guess, is where we're ending this off at, really trying to understand certain things that you went through in your life, and how it might be helping you now, how it might be making you stronger now, how you might, another situation like parents, they tell you things from young till old, right? And it might not hit you until you're 30 years old, something that they told you when you were 10 years old. You know what I mean? So, that was just something I wanted to share, my friends. Keep going, keep doing your thing, keep being you, right? I'm so thankful and grateful for all the doctors and the nurses, all that they do, not only for myself, for so many people out there, and then there's so many other wonderful people out there, the educators out there, and so on, that we could always talk about down the road. But thank you once again, my friends, for all the love and support for Positive Vibes, all the love and support for one another, and all the love and support for yourself. Keep going, keep doing your thing, keep being you. As I keep saying, my friends, keep your head up and keep moving forward. As P-Bear would say, focus on the honey in life. And always remember, trust Positive Vibes. Take care.